Hey YouTube, this is Fred with Hog Slayer Outdoors. Come up with a little idea I'm going to try out. I'm going to call it the Kydex Journeys. I've been playing around with Kydex a little bit here lately. The stuff I've done is not pretty by no means, but it's functional. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of it and show you some of the equipment I use. Now everything that I've done with Kydex so far has been at a 125 thousandths Kydex. That's all I have. I haven't gotten any 80 or 93 or anything like that, but I plan on getting some. And I don't have any of the actual rivets. What I've been using is sheet metal rivets, but it works for me for now. Couple of things that I've done. It's like this hatchet sheath. I did this before I made my press, and I'll show you my press here in just a little bit. I just heated it up in the oven on a cookie sheet and then molded it around the axe. And this one, put a little bit of shock cord on there just to hold it on because it's not a real tight fit, but it works. It just slips on. Keep your head of your axe nice and safe, keep you from cutting yourself on it. As you can see, like I said, I just used some sheet metal rivets with some backing washers. It works alright. Now my second axe I done, I did with my press after I made it. And you can see it's a whole lot better defined. Once again, I used the sheet metal rivets. I don't have any shock cord on this one yet. I don't know if I'll put it on there because it's a pretty snug fit. You ain't got to worry about that coming off. And it snaps in easy. So I think it turned out pretty good. But like I said, you can see the whole lines of the axe, even the stake puller. It grooved into that really good with the press. And the press was simple. All I did was, right here's my press. And all it is just two boards with some foam out of an old seat cushion off a couch. And I just cut it out to the shape of the board, to the length I wanted it. And I used some Loctite spray adhesive. Sprayed it on the foam and on the board. Just stuck them together. Took maybe about 5-10 minutes. It was adhered good. And what I do is I'll lay my Kydex down on the bottom piece, and then I will lay like my knife on there, or my hatchet, or whatever I'm doing, flashlight. Lay that on top of the Kydex. Lay my second piece of Kydex if I'm doing two pieces. If I'm doing one, then I'll just fold it over. And then I'll take this one, I will place it down on top of it, just like that. And then I just stand on it. I stand on it for about, on average, about 10 minutes. By then it's cooled down enough to where it'll hold its shape. Then you can pull it out and just finish it up. And it gives it really good contour lines, fits the equipment really good. Some of the other stuff I've done, like on my SCHF 16, I did a video on that. I added a ferrocerium rod to it. It works really, really nice. Now this one, I've added a ferrocerium rod to it, and I've added a flashlight to it. And I have a whistle, a thermometer, and a compass, all attached to this one knife. That's a cheap knife, ain't all that, but it's a knife, it works. This one's going to be riding in my wife's car. It'll stay in there. Ferrocerium rod, just like my F16. It's a piece of 1/8 inch shock cord on there. And you can pull it out. Now the handle that I put on there was just some aluminum that I had laying around. And I used a little locking bolt to lock the ferrocerium rod on there, so when the ferro rod runs out or gets a pain in the butt to use, I can just switch it out, put another one in there. The flashlight, I still need to do a little bit of work on this. I've trimmed it up a little bit, but it's very stiff to get out. But it does come out. You ain't got to worry about it falling out. Just like that. And these little flashlights right here, little Coast, they are the Coast G26. They're a fairly actually bright flashlight, and you get 2 of them for $20 at Lowe's. You really can't beat it. The only thing I don't like about it is you can't set it up like that to use it like a lamp, because the button sticks out too far. But other than that, it's a good little handy flashlight. It'll throw quite a little ways, and it throws a good little flood. It's got 4 LEDs in it, and I believe it runs off of 2 AA's. Yeah, 2 AA's. And they last a good little while in there. But yeah, all I did was I cut me out a piece of Kydex. Then I just wrapped it around the flashlight. And I ended up having to cut out some little holes there. It's ugly as a dog turd, but it works. Just slip it down in there. You've always got, just about everything you need. You got fire, light, cutting tool, navigation, signaling. You need to tell what the temperature is. All in that one little unit. It don't take up much space. Now, one other thing I have done, and this is not Kydex. I made this out of a old leg from a old badminton set, and you can see it right there. And inside it, I've got a big ferro rod, an aluminum handle, which is press fit into there, and on the end of it right there, that's a solid steel knob on the end. And you can strike fire with it. You could use it like this, pound in some steaks, break up some nuts, do whatever you got to do pounding wise. Put it down in there. Now you get a long handle on there, you got a good little weapon. You can hit somebody in the head with it, they're going to know somebody hit them. You could use it the same way, like that. Just grab it like that with the handle in there. Do what you got to do hammer wise. I put a little aluminum cap in the end of it, and there's actually enough space in here to where you could actually put some fire tinder in there along with the ferro rod. This was a pain in the butt to work with. It's some kind of a plastic. I'm not sure what kind. But all I did was just keep heating it, pushing it in, heating it, pushing it in, until I finally got it stretched out to the shape. And I did the same thing on this end with that cap, just heated it up, kept pushing the cap in until it got to the right shape. And I mean, that thing is not coming out. It's got really good retention. Just give it a little twist, and it'll pop right out. I heat my Kydex up to about 325 degrees. Once it hits 325, you got a minute or so that it's pliable, that you can work with it, and it don't take much more than that if you got everything already set up. Like I say, just heat it up to 325 on the cookie sheet, pull it out, lay your Kydex down, your first piece, and then lay like your knife down on top of the Kydex, lay your other piece of Kydex down on top, and then just lay your top piece down on there, and then just stand on it for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And it works really well. Eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this down, and I'm going to put a hinge here. And then on this end, I'm going to put some kind of a little hook so I can just press it down, hook it, and then I ain't got to worry about stepping on it. I just hook it and leave it. Because it gets old standing on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get some more Kydex. I'm gonna get the actual Kydex rivets and the setter and some Chicago screws, and we'll see where it goes from there. But anyways, this is the first episode of the Kydex Journeys. Y'all have a good one.